You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your...
Nonprofit housing is all about people. People living in nonprofits, people working in nonprofits, and people who volunteer their time and energy to make nonprofits great places to live. Every year, ONPHA honors those people who have served their nonprofit for 20 years or more. This year, ONPHA is honoring 3 people who have collectively served our sector for over 70 years. Verna Costello Wright got involved in nonprofit housing in 1983 when her northwestern Ontario community first started talking about building affordable housing for seniors. She was a member of the founding board of Keewatin Municipal Nonprofit Housing, which opened its first seniors building in 1985. 2 years later, she was elected secretary-treasurer, a position she held until this year, just before celebrating her 90th birthday. Jack Pearson, chair of the board, says Verna was a marvelous treasurer who kept a very tight rein on the finances and made sure the board managed carefully. Verna is proud that the organization came in under budget every year, particularly since the Healthy Reserve made it possible to install an accessible elevator at Bay Terrace this year. During Verna's 24 years of service on the board, she also served as a member of the organization's Access and Disputes Committees, attended many ONPHA conferences, and contributed to her community through extensive volunteer activity. Thousands of local youngsters remember Verna, a Red Cross instructor for 20 years, as the person who taught them how to swim. Tony Weiss, our second recipient, is a founding member of the board of Seniorenhaus Concordia Incorporated in Kitchener. Seniorenhaus was established in 1983 to meet the needs of aging members of Kitchener's German-Canadian community. It opened its first seniors building in 1984 and its second in 1990. Tony Weiss served on the board for 24 years and was president for the last 15 years before he retired in June. He was a driving force in the organization from its start, involved in the initial feasibility study of Seniorenhaus, securing funding, choosing architects, and even selecting paint colors for the first building. He has been without question a hands-on board member. Over the years, he contributed countless hours at board and executive meetings, as well as attending tenant birthday parties, bake sales, concerts, and holiday events. Executive Director Karen Disler said she could always count on him to help out, whether there was a broken pipe or a tenant issue. Tony Weiss has a wealth of connections in his community as president of Schwaben, one of the major German cultural clubs in Kitchener, and an Oktoberfest community member. He also has a wealth of friends and colleagues at ONPHA. Tony Weiss has been an active participant in our organization. He seldom missed a regional meeting, and he never missed an ONPHA conference. Our final recipient is Jeanne Searle of Durham Region Nonprofit Housing. Jeanne worked in our sector for over 25 years before retiring in August. As Durham Housing's Manager of Administration, then Executive Assistant to 4 General Managers, Jeanne played a central role in the organization. She organized over 100 board meetings and oriented many new members to their board role on top of responsibilities in human resources, computer systems, and records management. Jeannie, as she is known to many of her friends, was always a center of calm in the corporate office, and many staff relied on her to get their jobs done. When special projects came along, people automatically turned to Jeanne. Organizing Durham Housing's 20th anniversary celebration was just one of the many she took on. Few know Durham Housing as well as Jeanne, says Kevin Bradley, who was a colleague for many years. Everyone went to her when they needed to remember something from the past or locate an old document. She was Durham's corporate history. Jeanne started working in 1979 as the corporate secretary to the Durham Commissioner of Planning, who became the first general manager of Durham Municipal Nonprofit Housing. She was also involved with the organization before it even got off the ground. Bill Clapperton, current general manager, says, Jeanne's been a loyal and dedicated staff person with a distinguished career in nonprofit housing. She is greatly missed at Durham Housing's office, but her retirement is well and truly deserved. Please join me in honoring these 3 individuals for 20-plus years of truly distinguished service: Verna Costello Wright, Tony Weiss, and Jeanne Searle.
You simply